Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 16 in the KJV for April 16, 2023. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord men depart from evil. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king, his mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's, all the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaketh right. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handleth the matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of lips increaseth learning. Understandeth is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that laboureth for himself, for his mouth craveth it of him. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is a burning fire. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. A violent man enticeth his neighbor, and leadeth him to the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise evil froward things. His moving lips he bringeth evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit is he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. There's like 3 or 4 verses in here that it's specifically saying, that the Lord determines the outcome, or gives us the outcome despite what we plan, or, if we're rolling dice, casting lots. Another one, the 16, just has a bunch of famous verses in it that people know. This one's less famous, but I really like it. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Man, I want to be that good with the Lord, It's late. It's now past midnight, but duty calls, holding a screaming baby, and had a long day, but spending with family, so it was a good one. Not a whole lot to say here. I feel like I'm kind of lapping on some things, but I don't know. It's always the same. There's a way that seemed right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Everybody thinks their way is right. Everybody thinks that what they're doing is the right answer, the right plan. And there's one in here in particular. Where is it? That basically the Lord does what he wants. But even the wicked, that he maketh the wicked, where is it? The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. I don't even know how to deal with that, except to say the sovereignty of God, and that's a whole nother depth of thing to go into. But, that goes to, like, the elect and being called to God and not necessarily everybody having a clear path to God, if that makes sense, because we have to be called before we can come. So if some people are created, the evil people, for the day of wicked, that just leaves further questions. But we have to rely on God is sovereign. It's His creation. He'll do as He pleases. So, and that should strike the fear of the Lord in you, I think. Understanding that you don't even necessarily have to be, you could be part of that. I could be part of that, the evil, the wicked. So thank God that I'm not in that number, or I think I'm not in that number. So it's often said, people that worry about themselves are not I'm stumbling over this. I'm so tired. It's kind of like the fact that you can ask yourself, am I a good man, means that you're not a truly evil man, because you have enough conscience to self-examine. Does that make sense? So I'm just thankful for where I'm at, and every day trying to get a little bit better. Forget the late upload. Go with God. Be blessed.